Hello, everyone, and happy Advocacy Day. My name is Sophie Fontaine, and I am the Youth and Young Adult Program Coordinator at NAMI, Virginia. I am so excited to be here today, even though it looks a little different. I'm excited to try something new and try this new way of advocacy. Today, we also wanted to highlight how young adults have engaged in advocacy on a variety of levels, whether it be legislative, serving on our advisory board, or sharing their story. We're going to be hearing from four amazing young adults, Lynn, Marin, Gina, and Danielle, who are all going to be sharing the diverse ways in which they've engaged in advocacy.
Hi, my name is Marin Wood. I am originally from Northern Virginia. However, I have been in Richmond for about 6 years now. I first came to Richmond in 2015 when I was pursuing my bachelor's degree in social work. I then stuck around and got my master's degree in social work, and my career in social work has led me to my current job as a legislative assistant in the Virginia State Senate. I currently work as an LA for Senator Jennifer McClellan. And as a legislator, Senator McClellan spends her days debating and voting on bills that will hopefully become law. My job as an LA is to help develop these policies and the bills that she's voting on. I also provide case management to constituents. I help keep the office organized through different administrative tasks. I oversee interns, and then I engage in a lot of advocacy. And so engaging in advocacy typically looks like speaking with lobbyists, meeting with organizations and constituents, and networking with the other senators and legislators in the General Assembly. And so during our meetings with constituents, they will share their concerns. So whether it be personal or policy related, my job is to listen to them and help decide how we can best resolve the issue. Sometimes this requires me to present the concerns to Senator McClellan, where our chief of staff and we all talk about the best course of action. And sometimes issues can be resolved through case management, and that's where I connect constituents with different resources and other state agencies. But other times, we have to begin the process of turning the issue into a bill if it can't be resolved through just different administrative tasks in different agencies, and that bill is what we then take to the General Assembly during session. So right now, you may know this, but we are currently in session. So the General Assembly is active. The House and the Senate are working on bills daily that will become law. So right now, my day consists of meeting with advocates who are lobbying on behalf of bills that they support or oppose. And so in these meetings, lobbyists will provide data, handout, and personal stories on their positions that I then present to Senator McClellan, and that informs how she is going to vote on the bill. And so if this is something that you're interested in getting involved in or just advocating in general, I always say that you should come prepared. And that can look different for whatever organization that you're working with, but it's always great to bring us talking points, which can be as short as a page, maybe a couple pages, any data that you have, and I always think that the most moving part of it is when people are able to share their personal stories and why a bill means so much to them, because it helps humanize the policy that we're doing. And if you have any questions, I can be reached at Marin, Maryn, at jennifermcclellan.com. Thanks. Bye.
Hi, my name is Lynn Fetter. I am an MSW student at VCU right now. During grad school so far, I've gotten some really, really cool advocacy experiences, and policy advocacy in particular. Last year, I did a really neat interprofessional leadership education program in the field of neurodevelopmental disability. And as part of that, we set up virtual Hill visits with Congress people from Virginia. If I'm honest, though, I'd have to say that state policy is probably my favorite. So right now it's the Virginia General Assembly session, and I've been tracking bills along with a couple of advocacy organizations. So I've been volunteering with the Disability Law Center of Virginia and also been doing some work with the ARC of Virginia. And I'll give you an example of a bill. So the ARC is advocating right now for a bill that would ensure that courts take defendants' intellectual or developmental disability into consideration during sentencing and setting bail in the criminal justice system. I think when it comes to policy advocacy, the thing to remember is that the process can be really slow, and it can sometimes be a little demoralizing if your bill doesn't pass. And sometimes it feels like you're not really doing much if you're not super involved. But I think that whatever you do, you're doing something. So a really good example of something to do, for example, would be social media, something like Twitter, tweeting at your senator or your representative, your state senator or your state representative and saying, hey, I support this bill or that bill. Signing up for a local organization's advocacy alerts so that you get an email every time the org wants to do something and you could be invited to a meeting of some kind. So I think it's really doesn't have to be that complicated. It can be as simple as just signing up for an email list and keeping your eyes on things. So that's really what my advice is, and happy General Assembly session.
Hi, my name is Gina Mayo. I am 18 years old and I'm from Conneaut Heights, Virginia. Last year I got the opportunity to go and speak at the budget hearing and at Advocacy Day. During both of those events, I got the opportunity to talk about Medicaid reimbursement rates. What is the rate that doctors get back, the reimbursement rate that doctors get back. This topic was important to me because it's something that I knew about and I have been through. I know during both of them in the beginning I was really nervous and I was shaking. I'm like all nervous. But when they called my name, I took a deep breath in and put myself together and I went up and spoke. And once I started speaking, I wasn't nervous anymore because I knew what I was speaking about. And then once I got out, I was all confident and proud of myself, and I knew my mom was with me, so I'm like, Mom, I did it. But during both of those, I gained the confidence of actually doing this and actually advocating, because something big like that really does add confidence to you. I also learned that sharing my own experiences and doing something like that can actually help other people. One of the tips that I do have is, if you write down what you want to say, or even just the key points, you will remember. When you get lost, you can remember what you want to say. It's also really good to practice in front of other people before you go up and do it ahead of time. I did it in front of my family and my aunts and my cousins, and even then, both of them, when I would talk to them and sit in front of them, they gave me really good feedback, and what should I do here, and what should I fix this, and oh, you should look up more. So just by knowing what you want to talk about and practicing and having it written down and knowing what you want to say, you should be fine. I know by the time that I did it for Advocacy Day, because I did budget hearing first and I did Advocacy Day, I forgot my cards at home on Advocacy Day. And I was so nervous. But we did it in like a group of people, and like a group of us went to a senator's office, and we actually talked to Kurt Cox, the representative, or the person who steps in his place when he's not there. But we talked to him, and because we're in a group of people, the person before me was like, all right, and here's Gina speaking about this. And I went from that to immediately talking it out, because I knew what I was saying. And I knew what I was saying was right, and I knew there was a purpose behind it. But yeah, those were my experiences advocating.
Hello everyone, my name is Danielle Davis. I'm 23 years old and I'm from Bronx, Virginia, which is a very small town in Southern Virginia. So I've been working with NAMI in some type of realm for about 4 to 5 years, from NAMI on campus to graduating and, volunteering with NAMI Virginia and, eventually being elected to the Youth Advisory Board. So I've been enjoying my experience so far, even though my time on the board has been quite brief. I've only been up there for about 5 months, but those have been a very productive 5 months. I've participated in online panels. I've participated in focus groups. And overall, I just love helping people. I love the opportunity to meet new people, whether it's in person or online. Everyone who kind of participates in NAMI are literally amazing people. They're always, caring and warm-hearted. And I just really appreciate that. My personal story, allows me to, go full force, in the organization because, I know how it feels. I know the struggle. I know how it feels to, feel alone and not quite sure how to deal with your mental health. So that's a main reason why I do what I do. I advocate, through NAMI, and like I said, I was an advocate through high school, through college, and I just feel like it's an opportunity to not only help others, but to kind of help yourself as well. I feel like, being there for other people also reminds me, that there are people who love and care about me and are willing to be there for me if I need that same type of help. If you're ever interested in advocating yourself, I would definitely suggest, starting small, start sharing inspirational and motivational posts on your Instagram. Start letting people know that you're an ally, that you care.
Thank you so much to everyone who watched and all of our participants for sharing their stories. It's so amazing and inspiring to hear how young adults can engage in legislative advocacy and also in personal advocacy as well. I hope that these stories were inspiring to you and got a little fire under your feet, and I really look forward to seeing all the ways young adults engage in advocacy today. And I hope you all have a great rest of your day.